Japan and Philippines sign a new defense pact as they face growing China aggression. Manila, AP. Japan and the Philippines signed a defense pact on Thursday that would allow the tax-free provision of ammunition, fuel, food, and other necessities when their forces stage joint training to boost deterrence against China's growing aggression in the region and to bolster their preparation for natural disasters. Japan has faced increasing political, trade, and security tensions with China, which are angered by Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi's remark that potential Chinese action against Taiwan could spark Japanese intervention. Japan and the Philippines have also had a separate territorial conflict with Beijing in the East China Sea and the South China Sea that have continued to flare and threaten to draw in the United States, a treaty ally of the two Asian nations. Japanese Foreign Minister Toshimitsu Motegi signed the acquisition and crossing servicing agreement with the Philippine Foreign Secretary Teresa Lazaro in Manila. During the ceremony, Japan also announced the new security and economic development assistance to the Philippines, including funding for the construction of security boat shelters and expanding internet access in Pool South Philippine province, once affected by the separatist rebellion by minority Muslims. We both recognize the value of promoting the rule of law, including the freedom of navigation and overflight, especially in the South China Sea, Lazaro said after the signing. Motegi said he and Lazaro concurred on continuing to oppose an unilateral attempt to change the status quo by force or coercion in the East and South China Seas in the clear rebuke of Beijing's increasing assertiveness without naming China. The military logistical agreement, which has been ratified by Japanese registrators before it takes effect, is the latest key defense pact to be forged between Japan and the Philippines to deepen their security alliance. Aside from facilitating joint combat drills, it would also help Japan and the Philippines jointly respond to natural disasters, the mutual concern, and participate in the peacekeeping operations by the United Nations, according to Japanese and Philippine officials. In mid-2024, both the countries signed the Reciprocal Access Agreement, which allows the deployment of forces of either country to the other's territories for joint and larger combat exercises, including live fire drills. The RAA took effect in September. Japanese and Philippine officials are still negotiating another agreement that aims to boost the security of highly confidential defense and military information the countries could share. The Philippine President Fernando Marcos Jr. and then Japanese Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba jointly announced the start of negotiations for the acquisition and cross-servicing agreement in Manila in April last year. Ishiba also criticized Beijing's aggressive actions without naming China. I hope that our two countries will continue to work closely together to realize the free and open in the Pacific based on the rule of law, Ishiba said then. Chinese and Philippines Coast Guard ships have had increasingly hostile confrontations in the South China Sea under Marcos, who took office in 2022. His predecessor, Rodrigo Duterte, nurtured cozy ties with Chinese President Xi Jinping and Russian leader Vladimir Putin. Beijing claims virtually the entire waterway where it has bolstered its coast guard and naval presence and built artificial island bases to fortify its claims. Malaysia, Vietnam, Brunei, and Taiwan have also been involved in the long-seething territorial standoff. In the East China Sea, China has routinely sent Coast Guard vessels and planes into waters and airspace that surround Iceland, which are claimed by both Tokyo and Beijing to harass Japanese vessels. That has prompted Japan at times to scramble jet in response. The US has repeatedly warned China over its escalating act of aggression in the disputed waters against Japan and the Philippines, which are among Washington's staunchest treaty allies in Asia.